Alright, so 1.4 definitions, part 1. The first set of definitions are going to be involving experimental design. There's two types of experimental designs that you use. Your experiments are either going to be observational, where you're looking at something without interfering, or they're going to be experimental, where you are actively tweaking one thing you're interested in knowing. Examples of observational would be if you go out into the wild and you're just looking at a troop of monkeys, right, and you're only observing it, you're staying out of sight of the monkey, you're not doing anything at all to influence the monkeys, you're just looking at them, you're just observing, right? That is an observational study. Now, to contrast this, you have experimental studies. For an experimental study, the classic example is a double-blind study done by medical research to see the effectiveness of a medication, where you take your sample and you split it into two groups, the control and the experimental group. One does not get the medication, the other does get the medication. In this case, you're actively tweaking the group you're looking at, right? So you're actually doing something to it. Right? Observational, purely looking. Experimental, you have a hand in adjusting things. Now, there is something in between these two that I'm not really going to cover or get into. But there are other types of experimental designs that fit into this classification. But for now, for this class, observational is what you see, no interference. Experimental, you have an active hand in tweaking one aspect of it.